Dear students, myself Dr. Narendra Ryali, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Commerce and Management Studies, VSM College Autonomous, Ramachandrapuram. I am here to explain you on the concepts of national income. In today's video, let us discuss how will be the national income measured. That is, measurement of national income. There are a large number of conceptual and statistical problems that arise in estimating national income of a country. To minimize such error, it is necessary to that certain precautions are taken in advance. Some of the methods for measuring the national income is we can classify the measurement into three kinds: value added method, yes, value added method, income method, and the expenditure method. All these three methods are calculated or measure are the measurements of national income. We can measure the national income in three approaches: value added method, which is also known as output method, and the second one is income method, and the third one is expenditure method. So in short, you can say output method, income method, and expenditure method. You see production, there are three phases: circular flow of national income. First, goods will be produced, and then the produced goods we will get income, and from that income we will spend, that is expenditure, and we will get raw materials and all, and then again we will go to the production. So this is how the three phases of circular flow of national income. Now let us understand measurement of national income. The first method, that is output method. This output method we already discussed, is also known as value added method, is also known as value added method. With the help of this method, national income is estimated at production level. I already discussed the three phases of circular flow of income: production, income, and expenditure. So national income in this value added method or output method is measured at the level of production itself, or in the phase of production itself. So that is why it is known as output method. At production level, national income is the value of all final goods and services produced in a country within the domestic territory plus net factor income from abroad. So, in this method, the national income is measured as national income under output method. National income under output method is equal to total production of goods and services within the country plus net factor income, excuse me, net factor income from around the world, that is from abroad. So this will come under the adding these two things, we have national income under output method. Okay, now let us identify the steps involved. Steps involved for measuring national income under output method. In the first step, all the producing enterprises in an economy are broadly categorized into three sectors. The first, so the first one is categorization of sectors. You people know this well. India has the first one, primary sector, also known as agriculture. Secondary sector, also known as industry. And then tertiary sector. This is known as service. So agricultural sector, industry sector, and services sector. So the very first step of measuring national income, the very first step of measuring national income under output method is categorization of sectors. Primary sector, which it consists of those producing units which are carried out by using natural resources. It includes agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, etc. If you observe, all these activities involve the use of natural resources. And then the second sector, the first sector, okay, the secondary sector. This sector includes those producing units which transform inputs into output. For example, transformation of wood into a chair. It includes subsectors like construction, manufacturing, electricity, gas, power supply, etc. And the third one is tertiary sector or service sector. In this, the producing units of this sector, the name itself says it does not produce goods, it offers services. So all kinds of services such as banking, trade, transport, etc., transportation, communication, telecommunication, etc. Okay, first we have to calculate, we have to categorize the sectors, and from each sector how much output has been obtained, we must first calculate that. So this is the first step. Secondly, net value added of each producing unit of the economy is estimated from the gross value of output, which is calculated by multiplying total volume of goods produced with their prices. After deducting the sum value of intermediate goods, depreciation, indirect taxes from value of output, we get the value added at FC of the producing units. So here if you observe, the net value added at factor cost, the second step is from the gross value of output. We, in this first step, we all measured how much output, is there from all the three sectors. Now in this step, we call that activity in the first step as gross value of output. Gross value of output. From this gross value of output, you have to deduct the value of, from this you have to deduct the value of intermediate goods. Also you have to deduct the value of depreciation. Again you have to deduct the value of net indirect taxes. By adding up the net value added, by doing all these things, what in the second step, by deducting the value of intermediate goods, depreciation, and the indirect taxes from the gross value of output, what you get? You get net value added. You get net value you get net value added at factor cost. By adding up net value, all of the producing units of a sector we get at of that particular sector. The sum total of net value added of all the three sectors in the domestic country gives us net domestic product at factor cost. In the third step, in the second step, we are able to calculate net value added at factor cost. Now, in order to continue in the second step, the further activity is we have to calculate net value added at factor cost of primary sector plus you can do this. What? Net value added at factory cost of primary sector plus net value added at factory cost of secondary sector plus net value added at factor cost of tertiary sector. By adding all the three sectors, what we get? We get net domestic product at factor cost. So, I repeat, in the first step, you have value added method. In the first step, you have calculated, you have categorized the sectors, and in each sector, what is the output of finished goods you have identified. In the second step, you have deducted the value of intermediate goods and depreciation as well as indirect taxes from the gross value of output of each of the sector, and with this you will get net value added at factor cost of primary sector. Also you will get net value added at factor cost of secondary sector, and also you will get net value added at factor cost of tertiary sector. By adding all these net value additions at factor cost of all the three sectors, you will get net domestic product. You will get net domestic product at factor cost. In the third step, net national product at factor cost is obtained. In the third step, from raw to net domestic product at factor cost. In the third step, we have to calculate the net national product at factor cost. I already discussed that, said that net national product at factor cost is equal to national income. So how is this net national product at factor cost is obtained? It is obtained by adding net factor income to the net domestic product at factor cost. I already discussed that in the earlier step we got net domestic product at factor cost. We already discussed that net domestic product at factor cost For this, we have to add net factor income. We have to deduct, we have to add net factor income to the net domestic product. If net domestic product, if net domestic product at net factor income, if it is greater than this net factor income, if net factor income is negative, NDP at factor cost will be greater than net national product at factor cost, that is national income. And if it is positive, national income will be greater than NDP at factor cost. So this is the calculation of national income under value added method. Thank you.